Hello everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. I am here today with a update video, and also I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple charts that I would like to start in the springtime and like a little goal that I have for this year on a different chart. So to start with, I will show my WIPs. So the chart that I had been working on since my last video is Santa's on His Way, which is by Charting Creations. And here's where it was in my last video. And here's where it is now. I managed to get to 5%, which was my goal on this chart, and so now I will be putting it away. I am stitching this on 28 count fabric, 2/1 tent stitch, which is a half stitch, and I started in the middle because I wanted to be able to do some of like the details and stuff and not just stitch sky, and I like this so much. So there's this chart. And if you are new or haven't seen all my videos, I am trying to get to at least 5% on my full coverage charts that are in Pattern Keeper, because I have a lot of full coverage charts that I've started and I'm only at like 1%, and I want them all to get kind of like equal amounts of progress and not just focus only on like one chart. So that is what I'm doing. But if a chart is larger than 200,000 stitches, or if it is being stitched full cross, then I only plan on stitching 2.5% on it, because it will take a lot longer to reach that 5% mark, and I usually get kind of like impatient with charts and like want to like rotate them quicker. So after I finished that chart yesterday, I got to 5% on it. I'm pretty sure it was like yesterday in the morning. I let my daughter pick out the next charts that I would be working on. So I had her pick out one chart that needed to get to 5%, and then I also had her pick out one of my smaller charts that I wanted to get finished this year. And so the chart that she picked for the full coverage chart for the 5% goal was Sanctuary, which is artwork by Sheila Wolk and charted by Charting Creations. And here is where I was the last time you saw it, which the last time you saw it was I think May of last year, which is when I started it. I started it as one of my new starts for Stitch Mania, and then I haven't worked on it since, and here it is now. I worked on it yesterday and I only did like maybe like 500 stitches, so there's probably not that much progress to see, but I was working here on this white color, off-white, and then I also did a little bit on this side. I am also stitching this on 28 count, doing a half stitch, and I am looking forward to seeing where it will be at 5%, because this is only 1% of the chart, so there's going to be hopefully a lot more coming up on that soon. And then the other chart that she had picked, which I plan on keeping out until it's finished, and I plan on just kind of like working on like one chart in the morning and then switch charts in the afternoon, and that's how I'll kind of balance these charts, is she had picked out the chart, Lunar Princess Stitch Along from Sleeping Luna Designs on Etsy, and she's also on Instagram. And this was a stitch along in I think like 2020 that I haven't finished, so I really need to get it done. And this is where it was when I started working on it yesterday, and here it is now. I filled in the blue and then also was filling in these yellows here, and then I still need to do the back stitch around the grays, fill in the bunnies, and then I will move the Q-snap so I can finish the yellow on this side. And then after I do that, I will be changing what was charted in the middle. She had charted the middle to be a rose for Tuxedo Mask and then the moon for Sailor Moon. And I found a chart on Etsy that is Serenity and Endymion, and I am putting that in the middle instead. I'll link that chart down below. It's like, I love that chart so much. Like, I'm cropping it to be just their faces, but I also kind of want to stitch it just separately because the dress and stuff is like super pretty. That I'm cropping out, so it's like I kind of want to stitch it again. I don't know. And this is 28 count fabric that I dyed myself, and I'm looking forward to getting this finished though, because I need to finish things if I want to start things. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So another chart, and I'm gonna try and figure out how to rotate 3 charts kind of, because my sister Janelle posted a chart on Instagram that she's working on, and it is Autumn Harmony, which is by, who's that one by? Maxine Gad, I'm pretty sure. And she has the Haid version, and I have the Maxine Gad version, and we are trying to like stitch them, and like she started hers first, and then I like decided I wanted it, so I got the Maxine Gad version, and then we decided it would be fun to just compare how the different versions stitch up. And so we're both stitching it on 18 count. The finished size of the chart is similar, so it's just gonna see the differences. There are already kind of big differences because her chart has metallic all in the face, and then the version I have has no metallic at all. So the faces are already gonna be pretty different just because of that. So I decided that I want to try and stitch on this a little bit every day. I will probably never catch up to where my sister is, but I would need to at least do something because it's like, how can we compare the charts if I never stitch on it? So I'm pulling this out. I have not worked on it yet, but I plan on working on it today. And here is where I am on it right now. And I am stitching this, like I said, it's 18 count because that's what she was using. And we wanted them to be like similar finished sizes and everything. And I am doing it 2/1 full cross. So there's that. And then I was also going to talk a little bit about charts that I have bought that I would like to start soon. And so the way that I'm doing my starts this year is I cannot start something unless I finish something because I have a bunch of these project bags and they're all full. I have 25 of them. They're all labeled with a number, so all of my projects have numbers too. It's how I keep track of them. And so I can't start anything until there's one of these bags empty. So I need to finish 2 things because there are 2 charts that I really want to start. So the first chart that I really want to start, and I've already purchased it, it's the Very Viking Stitch Along from Quaternion. I don't know if I said that right. Creations on Instagram, and then she has a website that she sells her charts on. And I'll insert the picture of what that will look like. I like it. It's Vikings. I love Vikings. I have this fabric that I want to use for it, which is a 25 count, and I plan on doing it 2/2 full cross, and I either am going to use this anchor, which is anchor 0072, or black. So but yeah, so I really want to get like that started. And then in March there is going to be a stitch along coming out that I would really like to do. And that one is called Keyblades to the Kingdom, which is a Kingdom Hearts stitch along because it's the 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts this year. And that one is by Stitchy Rin, and they are on Instagram. They have a YouTube channel, and then there's also a Facebook group that you can search for that is called, I think, Keyblades to the Kingdom. And it's just the stitch along is just gonna be keyblades, but all put together into like one big stitch along, obviously. And I'm just really excited for it. So I need to have 2 things finished so that I can have my starts. So I need to get working on things. But yeah. So I think that is everything that I've done. Everything I want to start. The little goals that I have for myself. Except, ooh, one thing that I'm really excited about is I ordered a Lowry. So I have a stand, but it is the Kay's Creation lap stand. I really like it for like smaller projects, not necessarily smaller projects, but just for if you're using like hoops. Like it is best with hoops. You can use Q snaps with it, but it doesn't work as well with Q snaps. So I ended up ordering a Lowry, and I'm excited for that to come, and we'll see how that was. So I think that's all though. So hopefully I will be back with another update video soon and get some stitching done. I didn't get any knitting done this week, so I also need to like do that. Like it's right over there. I can see it looking at me, and it's like, you abandoned me and I need to get working on it. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. I had a lot of coffee. Thank you everyone who watches, who likes, comments, whoever subscribed. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.